If you're interested in learning to trade on Betfair, then visit the BetAngel Academy, where you have detailed, structured Betfair trading courses. Or why not visit our website where you can download a free trial of BetAngel Professional, but also visit the forum where you can get detailed images, examples, and downloadable files. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon if you want notification of new videos as they're released.
So somebody contacted me this week and said, do you have any videos of you trading a Barney Curley race? And the fact is I do. I traded many Barney Curley races in my time. And for those of you that don't know about Barney Curley, he was actually a well-known trainer, but also known to take part in the odd gamble or two. And whenever you used to trade his runners, you used to see very sharp price movements. So they were always very interesting markets to trade, and this is one of them. Now, when I recorded this video, one of the issues that I had here is it didn't capture the mouse, so you can't see all of it, but hopefully you'll get a feel from where you see the orders placed and the highlighting that you can see on the ladder as to roughly what's going on within the market. Barney Curley is probably worth a separate video altogether to discuss his history, the impact that he had on the market, and some of the trading that I did on Curley runners. And the problem that you sort of would have with Barney Curley runners is that everybody felt that there was always going to be a gamble and there was always going to be something going down. So generally, when you saw a Curley runner on the card, and you can see the colours of this particular runner that I'm trading here, Shooter, these were the Barney Curley colours that you can see on the silks over on the right hand side here. That would generally mean there'd be a lot of price action within the market. Now the problem that you'd always have is dissecting which way the price was going to go. If you had 2 or 3 runners and they had performed well, then you could think that perhaps a gamble was on the cards and that we would begin to see a lot of action within that particular market, probably backing. However, a lot of the times Barney Curley runners would get gambled even without any sort of activity taking place within the market at all anyhow. So it was always a little bit difficult to understand which way the market was going to go, but in this particular market we've seen a lot of laying, and that's why I've built up quite a large position in this market, and I'm expecting the price to drift. Now we saw, if you watch the start of this video, the price gradually coming down, and for a little period of time I was at a potential loss here. But you tended to find that when the money started to come down, you can see there's a volume spike on the graph. That gives you a fair indication that something is happening within this market and somebody has an opinion, whether it was Barney Curley himself, an advocate for Curley, or perhaps just mass delusion within the market. Generally that's what you'd be looking for. So I was expecting the price to drift here. We've seen a fair amount of money around this price. I'm not expecting it to go that much lower. So I've built up quite a large position in this particular market. You can see I've got a net stake of £2,560. Now all I'm doing now is sat here waiting for the real money to arrive and start pushing the price up. The problem you always have on racing markets is you need the volume to be there, you need the activity to be there to be able to do a decent sized trade. So in this particular example, can you see there at 256 another big chunk of money came in and the move is about to start. So you've seen me cancel the order at 262. That is because it was a closing order, so I'm sort of saying, well, okay, I've seen enough evidence now that I'm absolutely convinced that the price is going to start heading up. So you can see I've placed a couple of trades above where we are at the moment to start exiting the trade as it reaches that particular point. There's another order that's gone through the market, so I'm getting ready to cancel the order at 268 because I'm going to try and see if I can hold this position for as long as possible, obviously for the largest amount of profit. So yeah, we've established a position, I've established what I want to do. The only reason that I'm doing this is because I feel that on this particular occasion with the Barney Curley runner, that the market has made up its mind that the price is going to get a lot bigger on here. Now, while we're waiting for this trade to unfold, Barney Curley is retired now. You don't see this in the market in the same way, but you still do have gambling yards, and you do have a sequences of events that kick off a number of gambles within the market. So the difference between what you see now and what you see back when Barney Curley was still a trainer is that it used to happen on pretty much every Barney Curley runner. There would be some activity somewhere that would kick things off. And even if there wasn't a preordained gamble on a particular runner, then you would typically find that the market would think there was, and the momentum would build anyway. So you can see here we've got the market slowly moving up a little bit slower than I initially expected, but you can see that we're well in the money here, and it's just a question of trying to squeeze out of this trade as much money as we possibly can. So you can see I've pitched something at 276, that's been matched, pitched it at 284, and I've pitched it at 292. So from this point onwards it looks like we're heading somewhere towards 3 on this particular runner. And once the momentum used to build on a Barney Curley runner, it just used to continue. Now at some point the market will go too far, and then you'll get arbors kicking in and people who can see the price and the opportunity to lay off or do something somewhere else. And then you'll see the price pull back. So you're always doing this little bit of judgment in terms of where you think you could possibly get out. So you can see here I've pitched it at 315. I'm hoping that I get matched at that particular point, and you can see that there's a huge back bet went into the market there. So the price obviously hit 3. At 3 somebody just thought that's big enough, I think that this is value here, and they've just slapped a load of money down. So basically what you're seeing here is a mistake. I got too greedy. I was thinking that there was you're just going to perhaps go on forever. It never ever does, and I really should have probably exited on the way up to odds of 3. I was just getting a little bit ambitious with my potential profit target. You saw it was quite large. It still is quite large, but basically the big back order signaled the end of that particular trade. We got to the point where we're getting close to the post time. We're at about the level at which people have been prepared to lay at that particular point, but it seems to be that if it's going to go above 3, it's going to start getting backed in again. You can see a little bit more backing activity here. However, for the person that requested it, there is a Barney Curley trade, and you can see overall in about 6 minutes we ended up netting just short of £260.